While some students across the U.S. are already back in the classroom, some families are just getting started on back-to-school shopping. And parents and caregivers are bracing for much higher costs this year, in some cases paying at least as 10% more than last year. Wow. A new Deloitte survey finds nearly half of parents are cutting back on household shopping in order to afford classroom essentials. And some experts are saying the increasing costs are thanks to the president's tariffs. Let's bring in Tibor Besedes. He is a professor of economics at Georgia Tech. Tibor, just how much more are people paying this year for school supplies?
Well, it looks like the prices have gone up on average about 15 to 20%. And a lot of that has to do with the tariffs that were sort of in place when retailers were stocking up for the back-to-school sales.
Yeah, you mentioned the tariffs. I mean, how much of this has to do with that?
A lot of it, because when the tariffs were really in full swing before the Supreme Court ruling, a lot of the retailers were getting their supplies in, so they had their shelves stocked for the back-to-school shopping season. And most of those goods were already imported while tariffs were still in place, and so those prices had to go up because of the tariffs that were charged.
What kind of goods are we talking about here? Like, where are we seeing the biggest spikes?
It's lunch boxes, paper goods, electronics. Think about all the devices and electronics that students are using. All of those things are imported and subject to tariffs.
And so let's talk about what are some potential cost-saving measures parents can be thinking about.
Well, some people are sort of downgrading in terms of which brands they're buying not their preferred brands, but the cheaper brands, store brands. There are ways of sort of reducing the quality of the item you buy and saving some money that way.
Maybe you just use last year's lunchbox again this year.
That's right. That's the plan. Sounds like a good one. Yeah. Tibor, always good to have you, my friend. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.